What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mayo Jones here, back at with another NFL recap. We're gonna be doing our divisional round recap for this week because obviously it was 4 games on the weekend. So basically, all the stuff is not long; it's kind of short. Um, we're gonna get started here. So before I get to the video, don't forget to put a thumbs up to my video and subscribe to my channel more often. You can comment down your opinion below to see what you guys think of all my reactions. So I want to go to the Texans and the Chiefs game first. Now, this game right here was very interesting though, but I don't really know if it was interesting enough. Now, now the Texans, they didn't really do a good job on offense to win this game because basically CJ Stroud got sacked like 7 to 8 times. Like basically the offensive line of Houston is pretty much isn't great, but it's okay, but I don't think it's anything great though. But the defense has been playing really good. It's been keeping them in games, but I don't really know if it kept them in games enough because they only lost by like, let's see. They only lost by like one score. They only lost by like nine points. Um. So yeah, I mean the Texans defense against Mahomes had about like 3 sacks. The Texans ran the ball better than the Chiefs. They passed the ball better than the Chiefs, and they literally had 336 total yards. The Texans could have at least won that game though. Like, how could you like have like 18 first downs to like 336 total yards to 212, 33 minutes of possession, and they just lose? I wish they could have won this game, but the offense kind of did not do enough to win this game. Like basically on a play right here, basically late in the fourth quarter, the game was pretty much over. But the Chiefs decided just to run the clock, and all of a sudden they just gave Texans a safety, and that's how they end the game. Like the Texans could have easily won this game though, which they could have though. Like basically, this was a bad matchup for the Texans as well because of how strong the Chiefs defense has been. I mean, the Chiefs defense, they're playing better. Like I get it. Like they've been playing better, but and the Texans defense playing better too. But I feel like the Texans need to make some offseason changes. The Chiefs right here, they're pretty much finding ways to win these playoff games, especially the close ones. But I'm a little concerned about their run game because their run game is not really great this year. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco has not looked the same since coming off injury. They need to get him going as well. So I want to say, despite the Chiefs not running the ball better, I feel like the Chiefs, you know, give them credit for the win. I want to talk about the Lions, though. Now, the Lions go one and done. Now, here's why the Lions went one and done. As you can tell, the Washington Commanders went in their building and beat Detroit. Now, I want to go to how the Lions lost that game. Now, the Lions, basically, it was pretty much on both sides of the ball. Like, basically, offensively, Goff was terrible in this game. Like, he was horrible. Basically, he was getting outplayed by Jaden Daniels early in the first half until the end of the game. He outplayed him and had a good fourth quarter. Now, the Lions have 5 turnovers in this game. One was a lost fumble and one was a 4 interception strong. Goff had 3 picks, and Jameson Williams threw an interception too. So I don't even know the Lions can win big because this was pretty much a brutal loss for them. I mean, they lost and like nearly got blown like 45-31. Like like how do you get 5 turnovers in the game and how do you defense so far get shredded? That's where I went wrong. I didn't even expect Jaden Daniels to shred the Lions. So far as I'm concerned, I just don't know if the Lions are going to be able to win big because right now they lost their offensive and defense coordinators because both of them got hired to be head coaches. Now I thought the Lions defense only allowed 0 sacks, zero sacks against a rookie quarterback. How do you not put pressure on the quarterback? This is what I'm meant to say. Like I've been saying about the Lions, like they struggle against scrambling quarterbacks, especially mobile quarterbacks. Especially like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes. Like the Lions defense, they're predicated off of pressure. Because if they don't get to the quarterback on a consistent basis, the defense is no good at all. Because their defense is predicated off of pressure. But yeah, their defense is dealing with some injuries though. Because most of their defense is taking major hits, especially their defense so far hasn't playing really good so far despite all the injuries, and they're finding ways to overcome with it. Because now this year the Lions, no, I was hoping that this team can totally make a Super Bowl run, but that wasn't the case this season because they totally got blown out by Washington. Where Washington, the Lions defense is really getting shredded with the Commanders run the ball, throwing the ball, like they're totally getting shredded. And so far, the Lions really have more passing and rushing yards than the Commanders. They have more first downs, and the Lions literally had about 521 total yards. Like the Commanders' defense was terrible, dude. Like, how do you go for 521 total yards to 481 and 30 first downs and you lose? That's just crazy. Like, basically, Washington had no turnovers in this game, but the Lions had about 5 turnovers. 5. Like, how could you lose this game with the most total yards? I mean, I don't get it. I feel like it's got to be on Jared Goff because you may take the blame with the coaches, but Jared Goff, kind of lost him the game because of turnovers. Because one, he threw a pick six, and the other two were just interceptions. And then Jameson Williams threw an interception too in the game when there was a play when he was trying to target somebody. I mean, that is just crazy. Like it's terrible. Give the Commanders credit. The Commanders deserve, to be a Super Bowl contender, especially they're starting to fight. Um, I've been talking about this a while ago that the Commanders, they could be a scary team in the NFC, especially when years to come. Jaden Daniels looks like a star. So yeah. So that's all I gotta say about Detroit. Now I want to talk about the Rams versus Eagles. This game right here was very amazing. Obviously, this game right here was pretty close. Um, it was close in the fourth quarter. Now the Rams, now the Eagles, I like how the way both teams play. Now I have issues with the Eagles right now. They have a lack of a passing game. I still think the Eagles need to start throwing the ball more because right now their passing game is not great. And they're putting themselves in a position where they don't want to throw the ball. Like their passing game has totally been an issue this year, and I don't know if they can do it though. Like they need to start passing the ball more. I just don't really see how, their passing game has been an issue so far, and I think they need to start throwing more. I like how the way they were running the ball. Like basically the Eagles pass defense wasn't playing really great because basically they gave like over 300 yards to Matthew Stafford. Like Stafford outplayed Jalen Hurts. Like he did though. Matthew Stafford was making some big plays. You know, the Rams couldn't really run the ball. Like they did a little bit, but not great. Now the Rams defense did get exposed by the Eagles because the Eagles rushed for over 200 yards. Um, Saquon Barkley was tearing them apart again. Um, Basically the Rams had more total yards and had more first downs than the Eagles. Now, the Rams defense did play really good in that game. Don't get me wrong. They kind of stopped their passing game. They're They were able to get pressure on Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts got sacked like 7 times. Like 7 times. Like he did. He got sacked 7 times. The Eagles, I'm a little bit concerned about, their pass. Like, their Eagles defense is playing good, but I don't really know if the Eagles defense is going to be good enough to win you a Super Bowl because at the same time, they're playing against good quarterbacks. Like, when they play against good quarterbacks, their defense starts to choke. But you gotta give the Eagles credit because the Eagles offense was really a problem in that game, and Saquon was a difference maker in this game. He could totally be my MVP because he looks like the best running back in the NFL right now. So yeah, I felt the Rams' future is pretty much bright, but it's pretty much uncertain because we don't know if Stafford's going to be able to play next year or Cooper Kupp because they're undecided about the future. So we're gonna see about that. But good win for Philly. And then I want to talk about the Ravens versus Bills. Actually, this game right here, it was a fun game to watch. Now, I did like how the way the Bills did play as an offense. Um, Basically, they were running the ball, they were throwing the ball. Like I like how the way the Bills did play as an offense, though. Now, I really thought that both teams ran the ball really well, but I don't think the Bills passed the ball okay. Because basically, Josh Allen had 127 yards and Lamar had about 254 total yards. And basically, though, I thought the Ravens could have won that game, though. Like, they could have, though. But it all really came down to the last play on a drive where Mark Andrews drops the pass. Because this is what happens. He dropped the pass in the end zone where the Ravens could have tied the game up. But I thought the Ravens defense kind of did a really good job keeping them in the game at the end. But it all came down to Mark Andrews dropping the pass in the end zone where it could have tied the game and it would win the overtime. Give credit to the Bills. I thought the Bills defense played really well against Lamar. They had a better game plan than last time. Um, yeah, I like how the way the Bills did play as an offense a little bit. But I thought the Ravens offense played a little bit better because they were throwing the ball. And, they had turnovers in this game where it kind of did cost them when Mark Andrews fumbled. So yeah, if I would have thought about it, I could have at least picked Buffalo to win it since the game was in Buffalo though. I don't know why I picked the Ravens, but I feel like Buffalo, they're finding ways to win some games. And Josh Allen, he's finding ways to at least like be the MVP. I mean, both quarterbacks are in an MVP race. I could totally pick Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson as my MVP race. So yeah. So you might as well give the Bills credit. They did really good on offense. Give the Ravens a little bit credit for for trying to score at the end. But Mark Andrews, that's on him. He should have never dropped the ball in the end zone. I don't know why he did it because he was wide open. I mean, I have concern that the Ravens, they failed on two. They failed on the 2-point conversion twice in the game. Twice. They did it twice. One, they scored a touchdown, and then all of a sudden, when they went for 2 points, they failed it. And then when it got towards like by the end of the fourth quarter, they failed again because of Mark Andrew track again because of Mark Andrew dropped the pass. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, how could you drop a pass in the end zone? Because that's like crazy to drop a pass in the end zone when you're trying to score. So yeah, give the Bills credit. Ravens, you know, hoping for next year can get a better year, but at least they tried. Well, those are all my divisional round recaps. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget if you disagree with all my reactions, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. It's Emmanuel Jones from Big Fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.